Welcome to Drive. In this installment, we have got some speed and power for you as we join Top Gear South Africa during their Speed Week. As you can see, on my right and left, I've already got two beasts here, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Q, and on my left-hand side, the BMW XM. And now, this, guys, is just the beginning. There's more to come. I am now joined by one of the directors of Top Gear South Africa, Mr. Avon Middleton. Mr. Middleton, thank you for speaking to us.
You're welcome to Speed Week, a very hot Speed Week in Rustenburg, but welcome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the journey here with Top Gear. Tell us what's in store for us.
All right, so once a year, Top Gear South Africa does something called Speed Week. As the name suggests, it's 1 week of the Top Gear team trying to find what is the best performance car in South Africa. So we spend 1 week doing all sorts of things. So Speed Week really contains 3 special elements. One is a road trip. So we've traveled to the Northwest Province. This time, every year we go to a different province. We're in the Northwest now. And the road trip element allows us to figure out how do these cars perform where most owners are going to drive them on the road. The second one, of course, is a performance element where we close a road, much like we've done here today, and we do what we call dynamic testing. We figure out how quick they are. We do acceleration runs, braking runs, dynamic runs. We figure out how they handle corners, etc., etc. And that's obviously something we have to do in a closed environment so that we're safe. And, of course, we get to really test the cars, push them to the extreme.
Now, when it comes to the cars, of course, we've got these two beasts behind you right now, but also I know that there are more cars to come. Can you tell us, give us a sense of what more cars are we expecting to see this Speed Week?
Right, so this is the beauty of Speed Week. It's not just one kind of car. It's a performance car, but as you know, in the world of South African motoring, and you know we love our cars, we love all sorts of cars. And so this year, we have a collection of all sorts of cars. We've got 13 cars that are in the lineup this year. These are the 2 SUVs. There's actually another SUV that's part of the lineup because, as you know, SUVs are performance. They've become performance cars now as well. So these 2, obviously incredible beasts, but there's another one, the BMW X6M, that's joined us. Then we've got hot hatches. You know, again, Mzansi loves hot hatches. We've got a Honda Civic Type R. It's really stolen the show in terms of media. Everybody's talking about the Honda Civic Type R. We've got the Toyota GR Corolla. We've got Mercedes A35 AMG model. And so those are sort of the hot hatch elements. And then, of course, we've got coupes. We've got a Toyota GR86, which is a really playful little thing. We've got a Ford Mustang. That's actually an old car. Sorry, that's an old car, but it's with us on a long term, but it's a performance car. People still buy it. They still love it. So that's with us. And then I guess one that I must make mention of is it's a car that actually, as I speak to you, has not officially been launched. And it's the most powerful car that we've driven, actually. My team has driven. It's a production car. It's a Mercedes called the Mercedes AMG GT63 SE Performance. It's quite a mouthful.
Yeah.
I just got to tell you the numbers. They'll blow your mind. 620 kilowatts.
Wow.
I mean, that's insane.
That's insane, yeah.
And then 1,400 Newton meters. It's a hybrid, which means there's electric motors and there's petrol motors.
So the thing with the GT63 SE Performance is it's all about harnessing energy for more power, more performance. So even the electric motor, it's not a big electric motor, 6.1 kilowatt hours by modern day standards, quite a small motor, but it's a small motor that's been designed to discharge and charge very quickly.
Whoa!
Pricing for this car hasn't been released. In fact, this car has not officially been launched yet in South Africa. It's a privilege that Top Gear South Africa has it, and it's a privilege that we're bringing it to you right now, and that it's a part of the Speed Week lineup.
Damn, I just can't get used to the feeling in this car. Definitely one of the fastest cars I've ever been in. Let's check out a bit more with the other contenders.
What's also cool about Speed Week is the M3, which won Speed Week last year, is also here to defend its title. So it's really interesting to see how cars move on, how cars change, or how good that M3 actually is. So yeah, you'll get to see all of them, and you'll get to hopefully experience some of them as well.
You're watching Drive. We're continuing with the Top Gear Speed Week 2023. And from Top Gear South Africa, I have with me Mr. Lerato Matebesi. They've got a beautiful setup here at the Valley of the Wave, Sun City, where they've got all the high performance cars for this year all set up. But I understand that this car behind me here, the BMW M3, is the defending champion, which won the Speed Week for last year. Mr. Lerato Matebesi from Top Gear South Africa is going to speak to us a bit about that. Thank you for speaking to us, Mr. Matebesi. Can you tell me about the M3, first of all, the features and the reason why it's the car that beat all the other high-performance cars last year?
Well, I mean, the BMW M3 goes without, explaining really. People know what a BMW M3 is. It's always been the benchmark performance sedan. And this new one is no different. So last year it was our 2022 winner. And this is the M3 MX Drive, meaning it's four-wheel drive. It was just fantastic. It was 15 seconds quicker than the second car behind it, which is unbelievable because every other car beyond that, meaning from second to car number 13, we were looking at a couple of seconds, maybe 2 seconds or 0.5 of a second. So for a car to gain 15 seconds or be 15 seconds faster than the next car, it means it's really punching above its weight. So it's a fantastic car. It really is great. And as is tradition with Top Gear South Africa Speed Week, we always invite the defending champion to defend its crown.
Welcome to the inside of the BMW M3 X-Drive. This is the car that stole the show in 2022 Speed Week. It won, and it won outright. It was unanimous. Everybody agreed this was the car that blew us away the most. So, yeah, really what makes it special, there's so much. I think what we said is it's an all-round sports car. It's a car that does everything a sports car needs to do.
We know that there's a brand new entry with the GT 63S there, and that is a beautiful car. I think there's some competition there.
Well, I can tell you now, the Mercedes-AMG GT63 e-Performance, this vehicle hasn't been launched in South Africa just yet, so we are very privileged to have it here.
This one, what makes it special is it's still something you need to be awake with. Still playful, the front is still really good, but there's just a little bit more balance, a little bit more control. And that's what makes it really special.
We know that it's Speed Week, right? But I could imagine that there's many other features that you look at when it comes to these cars and when it comes to choosing what car wins. What are these features that you look at?
So obviously speed is the one aspect, which is performance. But we also look at how you live with these cars, how easy it is to drive, how easy it is, to make settings in the car while you're driving, whether you're pairing your phone, the sound system, all of that stuff, the safety aspects of it. We look at those things. How comfortable is the car on a long trip, which is why, Speed Week always has a road trip element to it. So we are looking at comfortability of the car. Does it carry all our luggage and, all of that stuff. Obviously, it's different varying cars. There's coupes, there's hatchbacks, there's sedans, there's SUVs. So yeah, we look at the practicality based on the segment or the market of the car. But we also look at things like value for money. Are you getting your value for money for this car, or you could get something better? So it's a whole criteria that we look at. But ultimately, these cars have to put a smile on our faces, right? So the one with the widest, that puts the widest smile in your face is the one that obviously will rise to the top. But ultimately, we'll have to just look at the other aspects that I've just spoken to you about.
When it comes to the M3, everybody wants to know, how powerful is it? Well, I'll tell you, it's powerful. 375 kilowatts, 650 newtons, and I'll tell you, when you want to haul, it hauls. Maybe like this.
You also look at human interaction when it comes to this, because I mean, we are outside at Valley of the Waves today. People will be interacting with the cars. Is that a part of some research that you do about the cars as well?
Yes, indeed. I think the public element is very important for us, simply because there's two things. One, as Top Gear, you know, we are the brand for the people. We know all our fans are out there, you know, in the public. We want to really get closer to them, have them engage with us, let us know what kind of motoring content they want to see from our platforms. That's the one aspect. And then obviously, you know, having all these cars in one place, and it's not in a dealership setting, it's not, you know, at an event where, you know, people will say, no, you can't touch this car or this or that. We are actually encouraging the public to come sit in the cars, take pictures, you know, we rev up the cars. For us, it's really an aspirational value. And we are aware that, you know, it's a privilege to have all these cars, you know, in this space. Yeah. I mean, we're at the Valley of the Waves. Yeah. This has never been done before. We are literally the first publication to put cars on the beach in Sun City.
So there's some history being made.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a milestone, yet another milestone. And yeah, we'll just keep pushing the envelope. But it's great to be here, and it's great to see people interacting with the cars.
Which car here that you've got set up has the best sound? I mean, I'm going to go and rev one of the cars now. And I just want to know which one has the best sound according to you.
Well, I think I think that's probably a tie between the Mustang, the Ford Mustang, and probably I'd say the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Q. I'd say those two definitely are the best sounding cars here. Yeah.
The FIA World Rallycross makes a welcome return to Cape Town here at the Killarney International Raceway. We once again get to witness international racing, this time around with all electric vehicles. Ian Banner, the local promoter to have brought the sport to Cape Town, South Africa. Fantastic to have the world's best in rallycross here in Cape Town again, Ian.
It certainly is exciting, Justin, and thank you to you and eNCA for your tremendous support. Here we are looking into the garages of Timo Schneider, having just won his heat.
Who's going to back out? Nobody's going to back out of that one. They're all side by side. They make a little bit of a contact.
Very exciting to see these amazing drivers and these extremely fast cars interspersed in between with all our local cool drifting and other local RX rallycross cars competing as well.
The fact that we have the local participants as well must be a massive boost for motorsport in the country, in Cape Town.
I think that's it. I mean, it's really important to have local content, so we have it, but what we must strive for next year is to have a South African driver in one of the World Championship cars, which obviously means competing, you know, through the entire circuit, and we must see what we can do to help make that happen.
I couldn't agree with you more when it comes to that local content and the local driver We saw the attention that Calvin van der Linde had brought to Formula E earlier this year.
And interesting you mentioned Kelvin. You know, Kelvin ended up being a tour guide to the other drivers. That kind of inside information is also cool within the ecosystem. So that makes the drivers and the paddock feel welcome. And I think it's so much more than just the racing. We want people to come to South Africa.
We are now joined by Arne Dirks, the rallycross promoter who has brought the sport to Cape Town, to the Killarney International Raceway. Arne, it's been 4 years since you guys raced here at the Killarney International Raceway.
Well, first of all, for us, after being a bit stuck in Europe due to the pandemic, etc., we really wanted to make it a proper World Championship again, and then Cape Town is always a great place to be. When we announced Cape Town on the calendar, the drivers, the teams, everyone was extremely happy. Myself, got married in Stellenbosch 10 years ago.
The evolution of rallycross has seen fully electric vehicles now being introduced to the paddock. What it's brought is exciting racing. We have multiple winners. We have, everybody giving an opportunity. Surely that makes it more exciting for rallycross themselves.
Absolutely, we are absolutely ready for we were ready for the change. We're happy for the change. You can see this insane acceleration of the cars when they have EV. And really good battles. So absolutely the right choice, and I think everybody out there on the stands is enjoying great racing.
Your final stage is out in Hong Kong. I see a lot of hype already being made about that. Exciting for you guys to go there and finish your championship for 2023?
No, absolutely. This is the first time ever that the FIA World Rallycross Championship goes into a city center. The track will be just being built for the race, so we expect something very, very exciting, definitely.
Johan Christofferson joins us now. Johan, first place on Saturday, third place on Sunday. Your overall sort of experience in Cape Town this weekend, how did it go for you?
It's been a very, very good weekend. I mean, first of all, super happy to be back in Cape Town. It is a fantastic atmosphere here, and I really enjoy the weather and the food and all the people around here. So great track as well. So yeah, I didn't know what to expect to come here. We had brand new cars. All the teams have exactly the same cars. So yeah, arriving here with a 27-point lead and leaving with 36, I believe. So yeah, absolute stunning weekend for me.
It's Christofferson for the win in Heat 1. Christofferson takes it there. He's lost. He's second last time, though, Gary. 44-03.
Kevin Hansen joins me now. We spoke earlier this week when you arrived in Cape Town, the excitement of being back here. 2019, fond memories for the team. Brother Timmy, how do you feel this weekend went? The podiums, second place on both days, but for you personally, how do you feel it went?
It went okay. I mean, it was nice to get a super pole. I think yesterday could have been more if we could have kept that Q1, but we had a technical issue where the car dropped out and we dropped back. So from that point, it was a difficult day, but we managed to get through in the end, and I knew the pace was strong. And today was a little bit more luck, but just being difficult not to start on the inside here in this track, and also with the reverse grid and the amount of watering. It was really tricky, but we pulled through, and I can also mean when you start up front in the semi-final and final, you have done a pretty okay job. So going into that, we tried our best. It was really close to win the semi today. And then the final, I think we could have had a chance as well. So a few ifs and buts, but we are happy with double second places and solid points for the championship. That's a good important thing, and it was fun to be back in Cape Town in front of the crowd and this amazing track. So now we have one more weekend to go this year, and I'm looking forward to that.
Now joined by the champion, Timo Scheider, who absolutely loves Cape Town. If it's not on 4 wheels, he's here on 2 wheels.
Yes.
The Absa Cape Epic. Your emotions, I saw that interview when you just crossed that finish line. Emotional for you, but being here, you know, call it one of the elder statesmen, must be really special knowing that you're coming here to Cape Town in equal machinery to the rest of the boys, and you went and claimed that, you know, all-elusive #1 position on Sunday.
What a move there from Timo Scheider, diving through just enough to keep Hansen out. That's the way you do it in RX.
Well, when I came here, of course, I knew I loved Cape Town, and I was looking for Cape Town for the event himself. And then I knew as well we have the same machinery for the very first time in World Rallycross. And to be honest, I was like a bit sensible about that point, because I was the only one not driving the car before ever. So I was like, okay, I have to catch up quick. My engineer actually, Dietmar, said like, man, you're adapting so quick to new things. Don't worry about it, you will be there. And I was like, oh man, I hope I can fulfill that. But we catched up so quick, made it straight to the podium yesterday, which was like a big achievement already. But today, we gave it a crown.
We saved the best for last. Timo Scheider, the champion in the second round, and the ultimate round that takes place now again at Hong Kong in China.